The story on how I traded in two 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI 380 editions for this 2024 Volkswagen Golf R. Got the Honda Civic Type R. You got the Golf R. You know about this shirt. Also, you see the RCF shoes, the white Converse.
Yeah, there's love, there's hate, lies and games, faith.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And a lot of you have been requesting this video, so I'm just gonna jump straight into it, right? So basically, this is a story on how I traded in two 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI 380 editions for this 2024 Volkswagen Golf R, and how I kept my 2023 FF5 Honda Civic Type R. So for a while now, if you guys have been following the channel, been with the channel for a while, I've had this Honda Civic Type R, and I had a black GTI 380 edition. Love both cars. They suit me well. They fit me well, you know? But I started noticing like the thumbnails with the black car just wasn't popping as much as it should. And I think because of that, the videos kind of suffered. They weren't really getting the viewership that they should. So I was like, I had a bright idea. I was like, all right, let me switch it up, and whatever new car that I get, I'm going to get it either in white or another bright color. So I was looking at a few cars. I was looking at 2024 Subaru WRX Limited or TR, either in a bright blue or orange. Those were the colors I was looking at. And then I even considered getting a TR in gray too, because I like that color and I can make that pop by switching up the wheels and stuff like that. So I thought about that, but called around different dealerships and wasn't able to get what I really wanted. Then I was like, I could go back and get another Camaro SS1 Elite and team that up with my Type R. And oh, by the way, shout out to Hot One Elite. Hot One Elite, if you're watching, shout out to you. He was one of the few people I let know about that. He was like, yeah, get the Camaro SS1 Elite. And also shout out to the whole MSU. Shout out to Q to Chaotic, Blueprint 1 Elite, 100 Gang Nate. Shout out to Race Car 21. Shout out to you, Motivation. Shout out to the whole squad. Also, shout out to you, Braxton, if you watch it, man. Hope this video finds you well, and hope you get a lot more sales with these cars, because you guys are awesome over there. Prestige Volkswagen. But yeah, so I actually found a dealership that had a 2023, 2021. No, first I found one that had a 2023 Camaro SS1 Elite down in West Palm. They were super cool. They were like a Alfa Romeo dealership. I went there, the numbers were good, everything was good, but when I got there, the Camaro SS1 Elite had a wobble in it. The wheel had like a wobble in it, so I was just like, not getting that, So came back up north, and then I found a 2021 Camaro SS Elite, one in silver up in Jacksonville. We went through numbers, everything was good, and I was like, all right, they gave me like the numbers and in faith, and said like, this is where you're at, everything's good. And I was like, all right. I gave them the authority to go ahead and do a credit pull. I did the credit app, and it came back just as what I said it was going to be. And I thought everything was good, but my guess is that they had somebody that was a little bit greedy or something, a manager that wanted to kind of jerk me a little bit further, and they did a bait and switch. So they told me one thing, and then when it was time to finance, because I wasn't there, I was doing everything over the phone via text and calling. They raised the rate, they raised everything, and it was just like they lowered the trade allowance that they told me. Everything just was like a complete bait and switch. So I was like, wow, okay. Well, it kind of soured me. I was like, I don't even want to get a Camaro anymore. If that's what I'm dealing with, I don't want to have that type of dealership experience. So then I went back to a car that I really, really wanted, which was a Golf R. And I went down, and this is why it's so important to shop around and kind of find your tribe. So I'll explain something, right? You have to understand business and understand how business is run. And business is run by people. And by nature, people are still very tribal. People, we think we're civilized, but for the most part, we're not that civilized. Like, we tend to, there's people that have been passed on false knowledge or false information since they were kids. There's still people that believe that they're better than other people because they're taller, or because of their skin tone or color or their hair texture. You know, they believe that they're better than other people, and they form little tribes based with people that look and, you know, kind of talk like them, you know. So it's in understanding that, you in doing business, you have to find your tribe. You have to find the people that are like-minded, that don't believe in silly, archaic things like that. That, oh, I'm better because I was born on the left side of town and you were born on the right side of town. Like, you know, that's really stupid and archaic. And some people have not evolved past that point. Like, and truthfully, some people haven't evolved past the 1600s. Some people are still stuck in that zone. But if you're lucky and you're able to find more evolved individuals that have, you know, strive for idealism, strive for higher ideals and stuff like that, those are the people you want to do business with. And that's basically how I get things done. Like, I personally am a person, I'm based in love, and I show love and respect to everybody. And as long as they show that love and respect back to me, and they don't even have to show love, at least just show the respect, I'm always going to deal with them and treat them accordingly, you know? But my basis is love and respect, and I try to give that to everybody. So my tribe would be people that are either on that same level, or at least they're not out to try and hurt people. You know what I mean? So in understanding that, my business mind is to go out and seek out, it's about the relationships, it's about the people. So I went down to West Palm Beach, and in understanding how tribal we are, you know, in different places, you're gonna get a different type of people. When I went to West Palm Beach and places like Miami, they're more based in greed, and they're short-sighted. Their mentality is, I need to get as much money as I can right now, get whatever I can get, and who cares about tomorrow? I'll just keep doing that. I'll just keep taking up everything I have, and they don't realize after a while, their reputation goes a certain way, and people don't want to deal with them, and their money slows down, you know? Whereas in other areas and in other dealerships and in other places, their mentality is, you know what? This guy seems hardworking. He seems to know what he's doing. Let's build a relationship with him. Let's treat him fair, give him the vehicle at a fair cost, and give him a fair trade allowance. And, you know, we can build businesses. We can build a business relationship with him to where he will purchase cars from us, and he'll probably influence other people to purchase cars from us. And that's the type of people that I was looking to deal with, and I was lucky enough to find that in Prestige Volkswagen versus, I'm not going to name the dealership in West Palm, but I took my black 2024 GTI, and I was going to get a Golf R over there in West Palm, and the deal was just horrible. It was so horrible it's not even worth mentioning the numbers. It was bad. But I didn't give up. I went online. I was just looking through like a ton of different vehicles, and I saw there was a dealership in Fort Pierce that had a white GTI, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I can just switch from a black GTI to a white GTI, and that'll at least liven up the thumbnails. So I went there, touched the car and everything, and I asked for somebody to get back to me with numbers. They never did. So since they never got back to me with numbers, I was like, all right. Then I changed my whole mentality. I was like, I'm gonna go get a truck. So I went to Nissan of Melbourne, I believe, test drove Nissan Frontier, didn't like the way it drove, and then I was like, back to the drawing board. So I'm driving home, and then I said, you know what, let me just pop in the Prestige Volkswagen, because that's where I was getting my car serviced. And I talked to the manager there, a guy named Caesar, who's really, really cool. And he was like, listen, you know, we don't have the car that you want, but we can do a dealer trade for you, and this will be the numbers. And when he did the numbers, it ended up being all together. When I traded in the black GTI for the white GTI, because of the rate change and because I worked hard to make my my FICO score a little bit higher, I basically brought my credit score up from the last time when I purchased. I was able to get a lower rate, and I was able to get a special rate because I did it throughout. I did it in that time zone of Labor Day. So that's another thing to capitalize on these like sales, like Labor Day. So I was in on the Labor Day sale, and I ended up paying like $10 less for the white GTI than what I was paying for the black GTI. And then I got it, and I was happy with that. You guys saw that video. Like, I got the GTI, I was just gonna go ahead and make videos with that GTI, and everything was all cool. Oh, fly. Oh, by the way, And Q, you know what their shirt is. If you guys know about the Last Dragon movie, you know about their shirt. Also, you see the RCF shoes, the white Converse. So yeah. So these are RCF gear. If you want shoes like these, you can go on to racecarfriends.com. You can get the shoes, you can get our merch, you know, support the channel, get more stuff, and we'll do more crazier things with cars. But yeah, so I was actually in a better situation with the white GTI. My insurance went down even, everything was better with the white GTI versus the black one. And I was happy with it, everything was cool. But then I was driving, I forgot what I did. I think I was out just running errands in the white GTI. And Braxton, I think, he didn't know about the sale or anything, so Braxton works at the dealership, and he decided to just call me. I guess he was going through the e-leads list or something, and he called me and he told me, hey, we got in a white Golf R, because initially I called there a long time ago telling him I wanted a Golf R. And I was like, man, you're too late. I just bought a car like a day ago or 2 days ago. And he was like, oh, okay. And then I thought about it, I was like, well, maybe I could trade in the Type R for the Golf R, then I'll have like 2 white, a GTI and a Golf R. And I thought about doing that, and I went there, and then I test drove the Golf R, and then right after test driving that, I drove the Type R again, and I was like, nah, the Type R is just too special. I can't come out of it. And from there, I basically just vibed with the with the same guy, Caesar, the sales manager, and we were basically checking to see if we could do the craziest of deals, if we could trade back in the white GTI that I just bought and get the Golf R, if we could make it happen. And I'll be honest with you, like, I was very nervous about doing that because I was going from like a nice payment that I could handle, you know, and I'll do numbers and show you guys numbers in a totally different video. But I'm just giving you guys the whole story behind it. I was a little bit like, I was a little bit pensive, didn't really want to do that. And I don't know, something just told me, it's like, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta go for it, man. Like, cause it is out of my comfort zone money-wise. Like, I'm gonna have to do a lot more shoots. I'm gonna basically have to put in a lot more work to cover both cars. But I was like, you know what? F it, let's just go for it. You only live once, right? So, I decided to go ahead and make that move, get out of the GTI into the Golf R. And I would say now, I'm not gonna do the full reveal of the numbers and stuff, but I'll just tell you guys, right now, I'm financing over $100,000 in cars. So that's crazy to me, and all I can do is just enjoy them, work hard to pay for them, upkeep them. You know, I keep my cars like brand new, and make content that you guys will love and enjoy. So that's what I'm here to do. That's how the whole thing came together. I hope this story is beneficial to you guys. I hope you guys could, take something from this, learn from this, apply it to your life. And I hope, more importantly, that we can all use like stories like this and events like this, things like this, to get along better with each other and understand at the end of the day, we're all human. We were all born, we're all gonna die. And what matters is how we treat each other in between that beginning and end. So, these cars are like ways for me to interact with more of you and get to know more people and form good relationships. And I hope you guys are able to do that in your lives. Oh, fly. Sorry, that was a mosquito. But yeah, so that's it for this one, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that, Race Car Friends out. Some key differences between the both of these vehicles. See, you got the Honda City Type R, you got the Golf R. You can see the R right there. But blue, red, the color of this is blue, the color of that is white. This is boost blue, this is pure white. But the interior is a huge upgrade from the GTI that I just had. Yeah, you can see the interior here. Then, you can see the interior here on the Type R, that beautiful red. So, both cars similar in some ways. They're both 4 cylinders. I think they're both 2.0 4 cylinders, but they're both very different and they operate very differently.